hello everybody and welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. I see Blader Art in the chat. I also see Ghost57 and the Amber Vicar. Welcome. Hope you all are doing well. So let's see, we are right here outside of Castle Volkihar, and we are with a this is pretty much the biggest force that the Dawnguard had to offer here. It's just kind of like a small handful of warriors. Hopefully that's enough. We do have Ariel's bow on our side, so that will help. Our thief is not really a warrior. She is a thief, so she's kind of terrified here. Serana has been a good friend so far, so she feels a little better having her by her side, especially because she seems to be more effective in open combat. But hopefully these Dawnguard warriors here will be able to take the brunt of the front end heat, so to speak. And then we're just going to be kind of sitting behind the front lines, trying to find dark corners and perches here and there to take pot shots of vampires as we can. Now, we're also going to be the main offensive piece against Harkon, because we are the one who is wielding Ariel's bow at the moment. We're going to be saving the Sun-Hallowed arrows for Harkon. We do have like 54 of them or something like that, so we're probably not going to run out throughout the course of the castle crashing here. But just in case, I want to make sure we have plenty going into that fight, because this is probably the most underpowered character, the most underpowered build in terms of actual combat that I've had for quite some time. And Harkon is he can be tough. Luckily, we are well versed in the art of bow warfare, so we should be okay with Ariel's bow on our side. But yeah, not really 100% on that. Your boy Nobody, welcome, buddy. Hope you are doing well, having a good weekend so far. Yeah, so I think the plan for this stream is we are going to crash this castle here. We're going to kill Volkihar. That's what the plan is anyway. And once we're done with that, we'll probably clean some things up for the Dawnguard, just to make sure that there are no other crossbow schematics and stuff that we need to find before we move on from the Dawnguard and then take on the vampire blood from Serana. There are some benefits to being a vampire for a thief in terms of sneakiness and just, you know, invisibility powers, some illusion powers that aren't really spells, things like that, that a thief can take advantage of, even if we're not really leaning into the vampire magey type stuff. We'll still have access to some things that we wouldn't otherwise. So we're going to be doing that. Just depends on what we have time for here, but that's the plan. We also need to get started on the Dragonborn questline, because I've been using a lot of perks here, and I want to make this a level 50 build, plus probably a few perks to account for the Dragon Horde perk, where you can choose to spend 50,000 gold whenever you go to sleep to buy another perk point. So this will be a level 50 build plus, you know, a few perks here and there. Which the thief needs, because it does not have access to any crafting abilities, which is usually what sends a build above and beyond, you know, that OP barrier. Hey, there's James. Welcome, James. Hope you're doing well over there. All right, well, let's get started, huh? Oh, now Kine wants me to kill this troll. Well, we're gonna need that troll. Sorry, Kine. Isron, what's the deal, bud?
We're done with this when none of them are left standing. Let's go.
Yep, let's go do it. You guys first. I'll be coming up the rear.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
Sneak attacks, yes please. Okay, so we also have Barbas in tow here. I took on the Clavicus Vial quest line just to kind of clear it off of the my quest list. And I thought also that maybe the mask would be useful for the thief. I'm running Zim's immersive artifacts as well, so I'm able to choose to have a light armor variant of the mask, which should help. What else we got over? Okay, there's a... Who's that? Modna. Let's not accidentally shoot Serana. Holy crap, that troll. He's like, no thank you. What good is having a troll if it's just gonna run away? He's like, I'm out. Alright, let's be careful not to hit any of our dudes. So yeah, I was debating whether or not to finish off the Clavicus Vile quest line because I was in the area and I was like, you know what? Barbas is invincible. Well, not invincible, but he is immortal. He's essential. And he tends to be pretty good. He holds his own pretty well. So I was like, you know, we could always use more numbers against the Volkihar. So why not just take him on? And he is more than willing to help us out. He does have plenty of experience against vampires at Heimar's Shame. And the Dawnguard being like a new-ish organization. Well, not a new organization, but they have a lot of new recruits. They could use experience, and Barbas provides that. Now, Barbas, I'm not sure if he actually talks to anybody else. He might. Probably does. Or if he's just more of a telepathic communicator, which I think the effect on his voice kind of indicates. Okay, that guy's getting a little too close for comfort. I want to keep him at Bolt's length here. Keep him concentrating on the melee peeps. Okay, oh, I'm doing this wrong the whole time. Had the wrong equipment. So I've also did a thing with my equipment here. So my crossbow loadout, it has Linway's hood, the Nightingale gauntlets and Nightingale boots, and also a ring of major archery. I've also hooked up to all of my offensive weapon groups here, a potion of fortify archery, and I got a ton of them. I made a ton of them when I went back to the footpad sanctum down in the cistern. So and now every time I activate any one of these equip sets, I'm going to drink a potion of fortify archery, and right now those are doing 33% more damage, which is nothing to sneeze at. You don't stand a chance. Not even the gods will show you mercy. All right, they probably don't need much help against stealth there.
I won't fall for your tricks. I'll kill you if I have to.
Wow, it looks like our numbers have thinned out a little bit. I don't see as many dudes over here. Oh, somebody over there is recovering. That's good. Yeah, there were a number of people that I think pretty much almost all of our non-essential Dawnguard have been vanquished. Except for maybe that dude. Oh, that was Florentius. He is also essential. Yeah, I think everybody... Let's get some bolts back here. We lost a lot of good people here. Gargoyles are good sources of crafting materials. Maybe they already stormed the castle. Maybe they already went in. But I'm not seeing any of the non-essential Dawnguard members here. Kinda doubt they've already been cleaned up. Wow. I think maybe Serana used her as a zombie or something. Maybe that's why she's looking so drained. Definitely take those bolts back. Guessing the troll got trolled. Yeah, that does happen. Not even trolls are immune to their own bullshit. All right, let's get in there. Yeah, I don't see any of them. Maybe they all made it in first. Which probably is not good for them because this is where like all the strongest vampires are.
Someone there over here.
All right, we need some night vision because I do not want to be detected here.
That's it? That's your best?
Yeah, if we can take the mage out from here, that would be great. Refresh our archery potion here. One more? Yeah, Garen's gone. And then Farron. We can get him before he hides. Cut back the other way. There we go. The Nightingale bow gives me some extra damage on my sneak attacks. Alright, you stay off of Soreen. The bow also has the advantage of being silent, so it doesn't give away my position like the crossbow does.
The white patient.
Oh my god. Barbas, did you just run in front of me? Did I see Kitty Tail's newest spell mod? Yeah, I haven't looked into it too much, but it's the wish spells. Yeah, I saw that you posted the video, Vicar, on the Discord. By the way, if anybody wants to join the Discord, feel free. The link is in the description. Vicar did post the YouTube video of the new wish magic from Kitty Tails. From Kitty Tail. Pretty much on the day that it came out. Alright. Don't want to run out of arrows here, so let's
You dug your own grave. You can't hide from me.
You don't think so? Well, most of us aren't trying to hide from you, buddy. Just me. Yeah, the Kitty Tail stuff, I have not actually dived into any of their stuff yet. Mostly just because I haven't had time. I'm still trying to fully explore the Anirim stuff. And then I want to do Forgotten Magic redone after, and maybe some Arcanum stuff. So there is a lot that I want to do before I really dive into Kitty Tail stuff. But it does look like for because I want to do like a full like necromancer concept at some point, and I want expanded hemomancy to be part of that. So for things like that, I might dive into it before I start like a full-on necromancer character. Oh, brained him. Nice. Okay. Is there anyone else? Let's go low and slow here. We do not want to get ambushed by any very old, very experienced vampires here. Human hearts we'll take, though. We'll take all of those. We'll let the Dawnguard members judge us for that, but yeah, human hearts are great for trick arrows, the ebony death arrows specifically. Okay, who are you guys fighting? Is that down? Oh yeah, it's down here, I think.
This is where you fall down and bleed to death.
Bronthil. He's the wood elf, and auto aim is way off for me for some reason. There we go. That helps.
This what you want? Ah!
Yeah, even like the the lower on the totem pole vendor vampire is tough. Look, he's got 3 of us just wailing on him. And he's still taking a lot to put down.
I can take
The troll scared me. It sounded exactly like a gargoyle. Okay. There's no way I'm getting a shot in edgewise here. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Yeah, there was Farron over here that we took out from a distance. We're just doing a perimeter check on the courtyard area here, or on the front area here, just to make sure that we're not going to get flanked when we actually start taking the fight right to Harkon here, because that might be a drag out war, and we do not want any stragglers surprising us from behind. What did they do with the cattle? Did they kill them off? Probably because they didn't want to resist, or they didn't want to risk a resistance movement, them joining our ranks. Not that they would have. I think they were pretty much enthralled permanently down here, and they were severely weakened enough that they wouldn't be a threat anyway, but you know. Mihail made vampire creatures and added them in. Yeah, I was raised on like scary movies. I was watching like horror movies when I was, I don't know, I remember as far back as 5 years old watching stuff that I probably shouldn't have been watching, and I always found them just vastly entertaining. They didn't really affect me as much. So I was desensitized to them at a very early age. So the Dawnguard stuff didn't really bother me. I do like scary stuff, though. I actually think that Starfield handles horror a little better than Skyrim does, and that might just be because of the graphical fidelity, but I just think that the pacing and the lighting and some of the stuff in the derelict ships that you and stations that you run across in Starfield is way scarier than a lot of the stuff you find in Skyrim, and even Fallout 4, even though I think Fallout 4 did horror better than Skyrim 2. But when you're talking about just like classic Monster Mash type stuff, this Skyrim is pretty much the only one that does it at all. Okay. All right, let's switch out our Nightingale bow for the Ariel's bow coming into this fight with Harkon here. Ariel's bow. Move that over here. And then we will remove that. Oop, nope, that one we're gonna let go of. And we do need the Sun Hallowed arrows too that we'll be adding in there. Save that equip state. Pretty much the only thing we'll be using in there anyway. Wow, it's dark in here. Okay, so now we are equipped. We're ready to go. Who do we have? We still have the armored troll. Man, that thing really made it. Orthiolf, I did not loot him already, I don't think. Serana's got an alchemist. Serana, we got Barbas with us. Is that all we're gonna need? Okay, you guys ready? All right, let me catch up on chat here. Oh, Tom Mole joined the chat. Welcome, Tom. Hope you are doing well. Slowly melting with the heat. Oh my gosh. Don't even look at the temperatures in Phoenix, Arizona right now. It was 118 degrees 2 days ago. Fahrenheit, of course. Celsius, we would have died. We would all died. But Fahrenheit. It's interesting, but I don't really have a use for it except for the clairvoyance bill. A lot more clear, and other versions seen the enchanter spell. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so it sounds like there's some interesting stuff. Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel a lot about the Kitty Tail stuff, is it's very thematic. Maybe not a ton of added utility like a lot of the Apocalypse spells and even some of the Odin spells does, so it doesn't really change up gameplay, but it does add new thematic things, like with hemomancy, or for like paladins, druids and things like that. Just more things to make use of to complete a character concept, which is cool. It's awesome, right? Much easier to just drag and drop it into a character concept and use it. Lost Grimoire got updated, the huge one. Yeah, that one I don't know how interested I am in it. It seems like there's a lot of overlap with things like Apocalypse and Odin, and even like mysticism and stuff like that. It's cool because it's a huge brand new library of spells that you get to play with, right? But I don't know that it's gonna stick around for as long as the nice stuff and the Simon stuff has, or even the Kitty Tail stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. There's some interesting stuff in there, regardless. First time I played Dawnguard, yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, there's some scary monsters in Dawnguard for sure. I just, like I said, I'm kind of desensitized. Strange addiction to playing Fallout. Yeah, I've been, I'm getting ready to cap off my Oblivion playthrough. Oblivion remastered playthrough, so I've been looking for other games that I'm gonna play through, and I've been getting the itch for Starfield and maybe Fallout, maybe even Cyberpunk, but we'll see. I've been wanting to do another Elden Ring run for a while. I got time. The only one that got me was the original Dracula film that I have done a lot of research on story and how that produced was amazing. The original one, the black and white one. I think with, was that Bela Lugosi? Or are you talking about the Nosferatu one? Yeah, bears are fast. That's what makes them scary, is how fast they are. You know, if you shot a sun-hallowed arrow toward Magnus's sun outside this battle, you could have done major damage with reduced losses on those sun. Oh, I could have, yes. I just didn't think of it. But you have AC, though? Yes, I do. See, I'm such a gamer. When I saw AC, I was thinking Assassin's Creed, which I do have, and I have been playing quite a bit. But yes, I do have air conditioning. And oh, you probably don't. It's probably not as widespread, the central air, as it is out here. Yeah, that does make it livable. Okay. Let's get back to Harkon here. All right, so I think we're prepped, right? Yeah, that's a good call, Vicar. I should have shot at the sun, and we did take the fight to them during the daylight, which was the right move. I just completely forgot to use that tactic. God damn. Isran.
For the Dawnguard.
Indeed.
For Skyrim.
Serana.
This isn't really a good time.
No, I just wanted to make sure you're ready to go before we head in there.
I don't think you can ever be ready to kill your parent. I'm doing my best to not think of him as my father anymore.
Well, okay. I know this is tough, and I know there's not much I can say to make you feel better, but let me know if you need anything.
We've got enough to worry about right now. You stay focused, and I'll worry about me.
Alright, that's fair. Okay, well, no time like the present. Everybody steel yourselves. This is what we came here for.
Serana, my darling, I see you still favor keeping a pet.
Okay, the lighting here isn't great, and I want to...
Of course I do. You disappoint me, Serana. You've taken
I want to keep the
everything I
element of
provided
surprise and
for
stealth
you
as much as
and
possible.
thrown it all away for this.
Not that Harkon can't sense us wherever we're at anyway, but
Are you insane? You've destroyed our family. You've
it's just going to
killed
be
other
an interesting
vampires all over
standoff
some
between a master of
prophecy that we
stealth and
barely
an
understand.
apex predator.
No more. I'm done with you.
Especially
You will not touch
Argonians.
her.
So, I see this dragon.
The Hist may
has
have given
fangs.
collects many things.
Your voice drips with the venom
Warm
of your
blood in order to
mother's
survive
influence.
the
How
cold climates of
alike you've
Skyrim.
become.
No.
And she would
Because
especially
unlike her,
need it
I'm not
in the
afraid of you.
Sea of
Not
Ghosts over
anymore.
here, where it tends to be
And
colder
you.
than anywhere else in the province. But maybe the Hist would bless... Oh, crap. I think I'm not
It appears
supposed to be
I
able to
have you
move there.
thank for turning my daughter against me.
But
I knew
you would
it
hope
was
that the Hist
only a
would bless
matter
you
of
with
time before she'd
cold-blooded
return with hatred in her heart.
circulatory system for this fight. It's probably plenty warm down here. Hatred born of your neglect.
A small price to pay for the betterment of our kind.
Your kind is a blight on this world.
Yes, yes. Always the noble vampire hunter. And what happens when you've slain me? Is Valerica next? Is Serana?
Well, Valerica and Serana don't want to blot out the sun and kill every living thing on the planet. So, yeah, it's about more than just killing vampires.
Of course. The prophecy. You've come here to stop me from taking Ariel's bow and shrouding the world in darkness.
Yes, indeed. But that said, let's get to it.
Yes, quite. I'm growing weary of speaking to you and my traitorous daughter. I'll give you a single chance to turn over the bow to me. There will not be a second.
Has anybody actually taken him up on this? I wonder what happens if I give him the bow. This character would not. She's kind of too far into it now.
Very well then, you leave me no choice.
I have. He still kills you, or tries to. Oh my god. And my sun-hallowed arrows did not become attached. And okay, yeah, I'm just dying here. Okay, Harkon. Yeah, so far the Master of Stealth is losing handily to... Jeez. Why is this equip set not working? Alright, that's kind of pissing me off a little bit. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Got the sneak attack on him there, so I did end up being able to hide from him. Where is he now? Did I get him? Oh, there he is. Can't get through there. Something sees me. I'm hoping it's the skeleton and not Harkon. Got a crit strike. Serana, I need you to help me out with Harkon. Stop playing with those skeletons. Glad I saved my arrows for this. This might be a while. Found the exact right spot where I can't get to him. That's annoying. Sorry, Serana. I know these arrows probably hurt you. God, he is moving exactly when and where he should be moving to dodge these arrows, and he's not even looking at me. God, Skyrim character movement is so janky.
I'll break the life from you.
Oh, damn it, he came right at me. Some stamina. Down to 32 arrows. These things are like doing no damage on him whatsoever. Oh, that one hurt. I got triple strike on him. He does not see me, although he's coming right at me. Go anywhere else in the world, please. Did not get the sneak attack.
Let's finish this.
Oh, I would love to. Why don't you go over to your little shrine over there? Serana, really? Okay, Serana got the worst of that, somehow. Alright, I gotta save these arrows. Really? Serana? Jesus. She is absolutely killing me right now. She's positioning herself in the exact right position for Harkon to be hitting both of us.
This is what your obsession brings you.
How did you guys switch places?
I should have killed you and your mother long ago.
Yep, coming right at me again.
Ariel's bow will be mine.
Yeah, I definitely have Night Eye on right now. Be flying blind without it. I'm trying to keep the darkness advantage. Oh, here we go. Looks like he's bugged out. I'm taking advantage of this. I don't like doing it like this. Oh, here he goes. Is he bugged? Looks like he might be bugged out.
Time for you to suck.
I'm gonna have to start this crap over. This is ridiculous. Okay, no, this isn't working. I'm gonna have to start this fight over. Oh boy. Gotta love Skyrim, huh?
Serana, my darling, I see you still favor keeping a pet.
Okay, I see that the equip set is still not working how it should. Oh, that's why. Doi.
You know why.
Yeah, jeez.
Of course I do. You disappoint me, Serana. You've taken everything I provided for you and thrown it all away for this pathetic.
Went right through him?
It's time for you to suck.
Where's Harkon? There he is. He's right underneath me. Great. He's probably recovering all this health now, too. Yep, he's already full health again. The sneak shot is not going to work. I need to be able to attack more frequently in order to counteract his constant regen.
There you are.
Getting hung up on all the terrain over here. This guy's just accidentally finding cover every single time he moves. Okay, we're making a little bit of progress on him here. Yeah, he just keeps getting it right back, though. Oh my god. Yeah, I cannot keep using all these sun-hallowed arrows. Hung up on that damn gargoyle. Let's, back to the bow and arrows for a while, I guess.
Hey, ends
Damn
here.
gargoyle. I keep getting hung up on it. I feel like I should be able to go right past. Keep getting hung up. Let's get back to the crossbow. I'm gonna get better rate of fire on this one. Hitting those staggers. Oh, you cagey bastard. Okay, this is working better. Gargoyles, okay.
Brings you.
Let him recover.
I'll rend the flesh from
Okay, that looks like Serana's gargoyle, so we will not put that one down.
Oriel's.
Not today, Harkon. I just cornered myself. This is not a great place to be. We can use Molag Bal's shrine for cover from all directions, but... Oh, shit. Okay, that guy almost got me. Having to fight these minions, but with a squishy thief like this, you can't even let one of these guys hit you once, because that could be the end. Keep the pressure on Harkon here so he cannot recover.
I'll drain the life. I'll drain the life from you.
Okay, Harkon's almost dead, guys. Minion. Whoo! Always got to keep combat archery in mind when doing a thief build. Absolutely. That's the one thing, because you're going to be focused on sneak archery, but at some point shit's going to hit the fan and you have to be ready to just face bosses like this in open combat. Dragons as well. So combat archery is absolutely something you need to focus on, especially because a thief, you know, that's their only main, that's their only means of offense, you know, outside of certain
Of course, if you
shouts and racial powers and things like that. But yeah, you got to be ready to just be able to have that consistent damage output. Whew, that was tough. It was looking for a minute like I was just underpowered, like I wasn't going to be able to do it, but we got through it. Yeah, you know, you are a powerful ally and a good friend, so I'd love to have you along.
That's what I wanted to hear.
All right. So Further was saying something about vampire blood in the bow.
It sounds like that's the last bit of the prophecy. The blood of a daughter of Cold Harbor can corrupt the bow.
So you're a daughter of Cold Harbor.
So I am. I guess we could use my blood. Do you have any arrows? Elven arrows?
I should have a
Not
bunch of
going to
them.
just bleed on any old
Or maybe
blade.
I left them at the house. Yeah.
Let's just get this over with.
There we go. All right, we'll be able to use that when we ever turn us. Okay, but before we do that, we're gonna have Serana along with us for a little bit longer, and I want to be able to help the Dawnguard the rest of the way. I don't want them to cast me away before I unlock all the upgrades to the crossbow
Prophecy dies with
and the bolts and things like that. Definitely want these ancient Nord arrows. They turn into freeze
I think my father-
arrows with the trick arrows perk.
This was just...
Wow, indeed. Whew.
I did what needed to be done.
Yeah, James, I was thinking the same thing. It's like with his recovery and everything. It's when I switched to the crossbow that I was able to sustain enough
you did
offense.
more than that. You have my thanks.
Bloodhallowed arrows, in fact, really hurt dragons. Okay, that's going to help a lot because dragons are tough for this character. Dragons are really tough. Ezron. No, he's not talking. All right, let's just loot the place up here. Make sure we're not leaving any bolts or arrows. Oh yeah, Harkon's stuff. Definitely want that. I always give Harkon's sword to Serana. Not that she needs the constant reminder of what a bastard her father was, but I don't know. She did seem to
Right
love him
behind you.
as a father at some point.
All right, let's see what you have.
H. Harkon's sword. Yes, please. There you go. One of the best
Let's make some more
swords for a
swords.
vampire character, just because of the absorption. It does fit the theme for sure. It's cool looking too. If you're trying to play like a ninja character in vanilla, that black katana is like it's like the best looking one-handed sword you can get in the game. For that, you have the ebony blade, which is a two-handed weapon, but that would make for a good ninja weapon if, you know, didn't mind wielding a claymore as a ninja. And then you get the there was another one that you get as part of the CC Goldbrand. Looks pretty good too. So if you're playing a fire ninja, that works. Oh, Kine wants us to kill the troll again, but it looks like the troll's skadoodling anyway. You going to cure her so she won't be hated by Isron? No, I'm gonna become a vampire. We probably won't be doing much with the vampire or with the Dawnguard after this, because for gameplay reasons, I want those buffs. So I don't know. We can talk about why collects many things, why Cole would want to become a vampire, why would she choose it. Even Serana kind of tries to talk her out of it, right? Just a little bit. Not that she hates being a vampire, not that she even loathes vampires, Serana doesn't, but just that she knows it's as much of a curse as it is a gift, and she knows that, you know, collects many things is still like a good person at heart. But I think also Cole is in still kind of a dark state of mind. So Miko died. Having Barbas here is just a constant reminder of that puppy love that collects, that Cole and Zora had with Miko, that they no longer do. And it also brings up some sour feelings toward Zora for kind of abandoning her in her grief. So she's just kind of bitter, a little bit salty at the whole situation. So she is in a darker state of mind. In fact, we'll probably start getting going on the assassins or the Dark Brotherhood now as well. So she's kind of susceptible to the darker side of things right now. And you know, she was always kind of on the edges of society anyway, kind of a social pariah as an Argonian here in Skyrim. So there's that. It's not the social aspects of it that, you know, being a vampire, if people know about it, you're shunned by society. She doesn't really care. She's been shunned by society for forever. That's not a big deal to her. But the one thing that she has been able to do to kind of save her sanity and her own sense of self-worth is her talent as a thief. She has found a family in the Thieves Guild that she has not had before. She's really, really good at what she does. She's the best thief in the most renowned Thieves Guild of Skyrim. So basically that makes her the best thief in Skyrim, if not, you know, Tamriel, if not Nirn. We just don't know because we're localized pretty much to this one province, but it's something that she knows she's really good at, so she's been leaning into that aspect of it. So that, you know, is almost self-induced pariahism. Just because skirting the law, you can't really be an active, upstanding part of society, right? You're on the outskirts of it, taking advantage of it with whatever you can get away with. So she's already kind of one step in the door, or one step in the grave, I guess, as a vampire. All this stuff, this would be a really easy transition for her to make, I guess. Now she has a lot of experience with Serana and vampires, and she just took down the most powerful vampire clan in the province in Skyrim right now. Saved the world from their tyranny of this prophecy. And also has befriended a vampire. So she is seeing two sides of vampirism that kind of mirror two sides of humanity. Humans and vampires seem to have, you know, about equal capacity for both good and evil. So the morality of the situation, you know, she's doesn't really seem as concerned about either. Kill cam triggered before the actual bolt did. Great. Watch out, Barbas. So it's more of, I mean, I guess it's less of a question of why would she become a vampire and more of a question of why not at this point, right? Now, Zora would vehemently object to her becoming a vampire, I think, at this point. But Zora's not around. And while Cole understands Zora's grief, she also kind of feels betrayed and abandoned by Zora. Zora was, and in some regards still is, her best friend. It's the person in Cole's life that she holds most dear. But Zora's not around. Zora has been, like I said, she's been kind of catatonic with grief after Miko was killed by vampires. So becoming a vampire would also kind of spite Zora in some sort of jealous, bitter way for Zora not being here, because she knows deep down in her heart that Zora would not want her to do this, so that's making her want to do it. If that makes sense. Humans are weird. And, you know, so are Argonians. Okay, let's just say people are weird. Argonians are people too, not just humans. Did you know lore-wise the history despises undead beings? Yeah, but Cole hasn't really been... okay, so as an Argonian, the Hist are inherently intrinsically part of every Argonian's life, right? But she's not worshiping the Hist anymore. She is not actively worshiping the Hist. She is now... What are we dealing with over here? Is that just a giant mud crab? Oh, that's the armored troll fighting Horkers. Okay, whatever. We got an Imperial courier over here too. Oh my god. The Dawnguard over here, their blood is still up. They're trying to pick fights wherever they can, and I guess that meant the Horkers. So yeah, Cole has been worshiping actively Nocturnal for quite some time, and it's just the tool set that Nocturnal comes with just makes more sense for a thief than the Hist did. The Hist gives like general buffs here and there, which is good for like a more adventure, like general adventure warrior type character, but for a slow, stealthy, tactical thief, I thought Nocturnal was just much better. And it kind of fits the theme of the Ordinator thief better. This is a thief character more than it is an Argonian character, I think. But any Argonian character you play, there's going to be a healthy amount of Argonians. Lore and motivation and things, right? So losing the Hist will probably be hurtful to her, as was losing Zora. But I think in her grief and in her pain right now, she is kind of more actively seeking out pain as a big FU to the world and everything that claimed to have loved her. Is that the only wolf? It was an ice wolf. They don't always travel in packs, but wolves usually do. How are we doing encumbrance-wise? Oh, we're doing just fine. Okay, so if we take this path... Oh, there was a path. Where'd it go? Here we go. So if we take this path back up to the trail, up this mountain, a little bit to the south, we should connect back up with this main road over here. And then we should be able to hook up with Rime Rock Burrow and finish off the Clavicus Vial quest line. Or at least do the next step of it. I've always wanted to test out the poison-cloaked spider scrolls in an arachnid army as a poison-casting Argonian. Yeah, that would be cool, right? The problem with that is you don't really have an abundance of materials to craft those spiders. You almost have to rely on like duplication glitches or mods that add more materials in. I'm getting deja vu. I feel like we've talked about this before. Oh, there's another wolf. Not quite traveling in a pack, but they are kind of together. Now, canine teeth make great poisons. Wolf claws have a fortify archery effect to them. So while I'm not going to stop and chase down every fox I see, I probably will actively try to not avoid wolves. Okay, so that was not much of a path up the hill, so I'm gonna stick to the foothills over here to the north end of these of this mountain, and I'm going to keep looking to my right or a way up. This is a dungeon added by Helgen Rebuilt, I think. Hey, Phantomanium. I almost said Phantomonium. Phantomanium. Welcome, buddy. Hope you're doing well. I think we have just, I mean, maybe not. Sometimes I forget things that did happen, but a little more concerning is the fact that sometimes I remember things that didn't happen. That's much worse. Or did I dream it? Or did it actually happen and nobody else just remembers? So I'm the only sane one. I do tend to have a much better memory for details than most people. Oh crap. Who is this? Just a hag, huh? As long as I'm not moving, she's not seeing me. I want to tangle with the hags right now. Butterfly effect? Maybe. Maybe it was a parallel dimension or something. A Karn from another dimension. Crossing streams. Man, I'm really working hard to try to find a way up here, aren't I? Shouldn't be this difficult. Oh, crap! No! Do I have any poisons? Saber cats are weak to poisons. I'm pretty sure I have some. Okay, I have some. Take a rest, kitty. Wow. That didn't hurt that cat nearly as much as I would have hoped. So what all games you guys been playing, or what games are you looking forward to? On my PC, I've been playing Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. I'm really enjoying that. I might be at the end of my rope with it though, just because like every once in a while I'll play a game and I'll enjoy it, but once I kind of quote unquote get it, then it's like I don't really want to play it anymore. That discovery, that newness of it is over with. And then I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to move on to something else. That's kind of almost where I'm at with Armored Core 6. The game is a really good long-term game with a really high skill ceiling to it. I'm at the end of chapter 1 right now, which it took about 8 or 9 hours to get to, I think. But I've been doing a lot of grinding, strengthening out my character and stuff, so it's if you were really focused, you wouldn't be spending that much time on it. But now at the end of chapter 1, I have a series of boss fights, and the difficulty ramped up quite a bit. And I'm seeing that the game, even as a single player game, has a lot of subtlety and finesse in the spacing in these boss fights. And it probably takes a lot of that from it's from Software. It's the same people who made Dark Souls and Elden Ring. So a lot of that's kind of carrying over, and I'm a fighting game player like Street Fighter and Tekken and stuff, so the nuances of these quote-unquote footsies, it's like the minuscule little spacing adjustments that you make trying to get somebody to whiff a move so you can punish it. That's all there, and it's great. It's fantastic. The problem is I don't know if I have room in my life for another game where I have to treat it like a fighting game to almost practice at it like I would a martial art in order to get better at it. But I can see how a lot of people would, because it is a really good game. It's really finely tuned in terms of its combat and its boss fights and its challenge and its balance, difficulty balance. So it's a game that I respect a lot, but I'm not sure that I'm going to be playing it much more. It doesn't feel like a long-term game for me. I might come back to it at some point. I have been really itching for another playthrough of a role-playing game, maybe something familiar. So I've been getting the itch to start a new character in something, and I've been thinking a lot about a new Skyrim character, but I still need to get the get my Oblivion playthrough wrapped up, which I just finished the main quest line of Shivering Isles, which was fantastic. It's been a long time since I played that, and seeing where a lot of this CC content came from in Skyrim with the Anniversary Edition upgrade. Like, oh yeah, this is where these ingredients come from, or this is where this artifact comes from, and you get to play through all that and learn the story of it real time. It was really cool. But I gotta get the build guide out for that. I'm putting the cap on that. Just mainly just video editing is all that's left. I have everything written. I think I saw a Ice Wraith over here. Ice Wraith means invisibility potion, which is not super important for Collect's many things because she does have the Bow of Shadows, and she can turn invisible at will with that just by unsheathing it. Did I get it? I think I got it. I didn't get any kind of feedback. Oh, there are two different Ice Wraiths there. Great. It's gonna be chasing that goat over there for a while, but then it's gonna come investigate. No, it's kind of just chilling there. Let's see if I can hit it. No. I feel like those should be hitting. Ice Wraiths are a pain in the ass to hit. There we go. Yeah, they have wonky hurt boxes. Oh, did I ever advertise on Discord? Just realized I may have not hit the button. Oh yeah, I did. We're good. See, that is an example of me forgetting something that did happen. Not remembering something that didn't happen. Partially detected. Stop playing with the goat. Come play with the lizard. Hungry and thirsty. Let's eat. Am I infected? Did take a lot of damage from Harkon, but no, I never got infected. Destruction cloaks are the best way to deal with ice rays. Yeah, I tend to agree. You don't have to aim at all. You just have to walk up to him. Did he finally get his prey? Still being cagey. Oh well. He's not interested in me. I'm not interested in him. Alright, we gotta be getting closer here. Yes, indeed we are. Little bit tired. We got a frost troll fighting somebody over here. I don't know who that frost troll is fighting. Some brute with a warhammer though. Oh, nice shot. Who is that? Just a mercenary? Oh, it's Durak. Okay. Oh no, that's Isron. How did you get up here? You found the path that I wasn't able to find because I saw you fighting those horkers down on the shoreline. I had to go all the way around this damn mountain just to get back up here. Yeah, I thought there was a path that was a shortcut and I just totally missed it, I guess. Don't need the bones, don't need the skull. There we go. Oh, and the troll got himself a rabbit here too. Look at that. Rabbits do have some usable ingredients for a thief. As do elk. Oh, this is a deer. Are these great antlers? If these are great antlers, I can use them for archery. Yes, indeed. I will take them. I'll take them. The bird's eye. Yes, this is the path that I was looking for. Oh, we got a visitor. We got a wild guy visiting the stream. You want to say hi to everybody, Norton? Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, you got kisses for Dad. I know, I love you. Just stopping in to say hi. Just stopping in to say hi. Well, come here. Come here. You want Dad to hold you? Hey, Jeff. He's still just a puppy. He's still just a puppy, huh? Yeah. You got the sweet kisses? Oh, he does got the sweet puppy kisses. Oh, nice. Okay. Dad's gonna give you a big hug. Dad's gonna give you a big old hug. My little friend. Get that leg up here. There we go. There we go. Got your little tootsie. Hey. Daddy loves you. Yeah. Okay, I'll let you go. I don't want you hanging out under the desk, though. You unplugged all my shit yesterday while I was trying to work. What you doing? Is Mommy ignoring you? Is she ignoring you? Little bratty boy. Oh, he probably just had lunch. Or Mommy's fixing his lunch right now. It's about lunchtime. There he goes. He's a good boy. He's doing a lot better. He's significantly less wild than he was. He's feeling settled in. He's starting to learn the rules of everything. And as he calms down, he's becoming super duper sweet. Thinking about getting a 360 to play some games like Tenchu Z. Oh, nice. Yeah, I do. I've showed off my retro collection a little bit, but I am only up to Genesis right now. And I want to flesh out my collection of Genesis before I move on to Super Nintendo and then PlayStation 1 after that. I still do have a backwards compatible... Oh, we... Switch back to game mode here. I still do have a backwards compatible PS3 with a bum Blu-ray drive in it. But there are ways to fix that. What the hell is that? Criminy. Where the hell did you come from? And where is Serana? You want to go to the conventions for the consoles, card games, old school games? Yeah. I got to keep an eye out for those. We do have a number of second-hand stores out here that do have a pretty good rotating inventory. So every once in a while, I'll go on a scavenger hunt. I'll make a day of it, like on a weekend or a day off or something, and I'll just cruise around to the different kind of satellite cities of Phoenix and check out their secondhand stores, mom and pop shops or pawn shops and things like that, and just see if they have any good like condition old games with like all the packaging and stuff. Games like Yoshi's Island are like $500. Jeez, man. Well, that's probably like a complete in-box one, right? If I'm working on my own collection, I don't feel guilty at all. Just okay, now I got Sanguinaire Vampirus. Probably. So if you just get Sanguinaire Vampirus, you don't actually get Vampire Lord form, right? You just become a regular ass vampire. I think you need either Serana or Harkon to turn you in order to get the Vampire Lord form. Is that how that works? Does anybody know? I'm not sure. Or do you just get Vampire Lord form with any old vampire disease that you get? In any case, I'm still working for the Dawnguard, so I can't let this stand right now. There we go. No idea. I don't know what gave me that impression. Rated like 8 out of 10 things that they have like no misprints or some sort of specific. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, if I'm like I was gonna say, if I am just buying for my own collection just to like play it and have it on my shelf and I'm not gonna sell it or anything, I don't feel any kind of guilt using reproduced packaging and instructions. I've used them for some of my collections and they look really good. But I would never try to sell that as official. The people who are into that stuff, they would be able to see right through it anyway, and then you might get sued or something for that if you tried to pass that off. But as long as you're just using it to display on your own shelf for your own collection, I don't see a problem with it. It's kind of like putting a genie back in the bottle situation. As soon as somebody can do it well, then it's gonna happen. Oh my god. That guy's gonna be like impossible to hit until he gets hung up like on the train, which happens to me sometimes. Who's this guy? Who are these people?
This Imperial armor is
Oh,
yeah. I know
Legionnaires.
what you mean.
Whatevs. Nice shooting. Yeah, thanks.
Arrow. I hate archers. It's not that.
Was he making a... You hear that, Imperial? He was like, I'm still sore where I took that arrow. I hate archers. I wonder if he said that because he recognized Cole as an archer passing by. It was just kind of like a side-eye type thing. Okay. Looks like we made a wrong turn somewhere. I think... Gotta go back around this way. Yeah, here we go. These items are collector's items, like the gold cartridge of Zelda, the original box is worth a lot. Yeah, because they just don't exist anymore. They were made out of freaking paper. Oh, they're fighting Stormcloaks. All right, not our fight. Yeah, I mean they're cardboard, thin cardboard, basically paper for a lot of it, and they're what, like 45 years old now, 45 years old. And most people that had them back in the day were kids that didn't know how to take care of stuff, had no idea any of these things would be worth any kind of money. So nobody took care of them. If you can find one in good condition anymore, that's very rare. At least with the packaging and everything. The plastic itself and the electronics hold up remarkably well. They're very resilient. Just put a little bit of, metal polish on there and some alcohol. And for the most part, the games work perfectly. Serana's bugged, I think. There she is. All right, we need some Night Eye here. Some N64 controllers sell for hundreds of dollars. Yeah, that I would just get a reproduction of. 8-Bit Dough makes some really good reproduction controllers. I got some 6-button Genesis controllers that feel like official Sega Genesis controllers. They feel great. All right, where is this Sebastian Lort at? Yeah, a lot of the cheapy, like Chinese-made ones, they can feel really crappy, especially on the up and down arrows on like a reproduction NES controllers. They're not like a pure up or down. They'll switch over to left or right, and you'll get a diagonal instead of just up, and that can kill like a playthrough of Contra or something like that. So you got to be careful. I buy a lot of different retro reproduction controllers just to see which ones I like best, and the 8-Bit Dough ones generally are really, really good. Thought that was an enchanted dagger. Serana and Barbas obviously went the shorter way. Yeah, for sure. They did. Just kind of show up and they're like, hey, what took you so long? It's like, God damn it, I was fighting 17,000 ice raids. You guys were gone. There was a vampire assassin. And where were you? I can sell that off for a fair amount. The strength enchantment tends to be very valuable. All right. So there should be some fire salts from this unbound Atronach over here. I also thought there was like some kind of like, wasn't there like a human heart or something up here that you can get? Or did I already grab it? I might have already grabbed it. I got a Key Boy, which is a Game Boy with a modern hard drive with 20,000 games on it, including from Capcom, Nintendo, and more from systems ranging from 3DS, I think, to PS1. Yeah, I've seen those are very popular right now. They're not really Game Boys, they're not licensed or anything, but they are just like, they look like a Game Boy Pocket, kinda. But they have like analog sticks on them, and they come preloaded with a ton of like emulated games on them. Yeah, they're all over Reddit now. They look pretty cool. For my handhelds, though, I'm fine with the Switch, and now I got the Switch 2, which is even better. And Nintendo has like a ton of great exclusives. Speaking of what we're playing, I think I'm at the end of my rope with Mario Kart World now too. I've unlocked everything except for all the costumes on all the characters. Yeah, it's basically just Mario Kart. It's got some nice bells and whistles to it. It's kind of fun. But you really want to play that with other people, like in a couch co-op situation. So I do have some friends that love Mario Kart and love Nintendo. So when I get together with them, I will make sure to do some practice sessions. But in the meantime, I think I'm just waiting for something new. And that new Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Bonanza or something like that, that looks really good. Kind of looks like it's got some Banjo-Kazooie in it, and then also just fully destructible environments, kind of like a Minecraft almost without the crafting. But yeah, you can just pound your way through any like mountain and just completely destroy all the terrain if you want to. There are like secrets hidden underground. It looks like a great 3D action platformer game. And I think that it's going to sell like hotcakes because a lot of people were able to get their hands on a Switch 2, and we've just been playing the same old games except for Mario Kart World. There aren't really any other Switch 2 exclusives to try out your hardware on, so this is going to be the one everybody buys, I think. All right, excuse my fast travel, but I can't be bothered to, after all that hiking around trying to find that cave. I'm over it. Nintendo fans remind me of Disney adults a little bit, but for gamers. Yeah, maybe. The thing is, well, I mean, even Disney stuff is pretty high quality. The vast majority of the stuff that they put out, at least in terms of their animated stuff. Their live action stuff is not always the greatest rendition of everything. Not that they're bad or anything, but Disney generally with their animated stuff is still really high quality, but Nintendo with their exclusives, yeah, I mean they're more for kids and everything, but for me there's a lot of nostalgia, but also just their video games are extremely well done. They are development geniuses over there. It's like regardless of the coat of paint that you put on it, it could be cartoony and you know it looks like it's made for kids or whatever. It doesn't have that dark gritty atmosphere of some edgy teenager, you know, that they would want in a video game, but the games are still really damn good for the most part. Extremely well polished. But yeah, there's also a lot of nostalgia there too. It takes me back to the days when the world seemed simpler. Probably was simpler, but also my life was a lot simpler, and I just had that pure unmitigated joy of playing Super Mario Brothers 3 for hours on the weekends, and sometimes you need that as an adult. Nintendo's always seems separate from the gaming world, like it's its own yeah, it is, for the most part. It kind of marches to the beat of its own drum. Even the Switch 2, I think, is really only just out overpowering the PlayStation 4 in docked mode. In handheld mode, I don't even think it benchmarks as good as a PlayStation 4. But, well, for certain things. Things like data streaming, so you can play Cyberpunk on it just fine, where the PS4 had trouble getting all of that data off of a slow-ass hard drive. But yeah, it's severely underpowered compared to any other console, and yet it always sells a lot better. They don't really care what the competitors are doing so much. They'll happily accept cross-platform games from other publishers. But yeah, their first-party stuff is like you said, it's very unique.
You've got the axe and my dog. Splendid.
Game Freak is making a Stellar Blade-esque type of game. Game Freak are they the Pokemon studio? I hope it performs better than their Pokemon stuff. Of course, they've been forced to make Pokemon games for so long. That maybe just the switch up to do something that they actually want to do might be the motivation, and hopefully whoever's funding it gives them the time that they need to polish their game, because those Pokemon games are technical disasters. They're absolute nightmares. But they're Pokemon, so they sell out all the time. But those are some of the just most technically panned games of all time, and they come out like every other year.
But only if you use
yeah, they make Pokemon.
To kill Barbas. Simple as that.
Just to make a game like Pal World or something. I don't know. I feel like Pal World is already open world Pokemon with guns. I don't know why they need to make an actual Pokemon Pal World game. We already have one, right? Speaking of Stellar Blade, I have a hard copy of it for PS5, and I just never popped that in. Maybe that'll be the next one I play. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that Donkey Kong game. It looks like a lot of fun. Give me something else to play on my Switch too. Okay, okay, Cole here has a soft spot for dogs after what happened to Miko and all that. So we're going to help Barbas out here, but also in terms of pure gameplay, we're going to get a lot more use out of this mask than we are the axe anyway. We're not going to use the axe ever.
Guess I'll have to make my own fun elsewhere. And with the pup back, I'll be restored to my full power.
Well, that's what they're doing with this Stellar Blade game, right? This is the game that they want to make, so I would imagine it'll probably be better than the Pokemon one. They probably don't have as strict of a deadline for it too. It almost sounds like Nintendo has had them beholden to, like, they're forcing them to make these Pokemon games over and over again. They probably had this promise of being able to make this other game that they wanted to make for all these years, and now they're getting to cash in on it. If that's the case, then yeah, this is probably going to be Game Freak's best game, and probably their worst selling game. Rueful Axe kind of sucks too. With Zims, it's actually pretty good. It fixes a lot of the problems that Rueful Axe had. Like, you can temper it and things like that.
Really ought to be punished. Perhaps by turning you into a worm, or maybe a few decades.
I'll show you what it does in a minute. I didn't peek at it before I gave it up to Clavicus here.
Got more interesting
but I can use a mod to. Okay, so this is the same artifact overhaul that improves Rueful Axe, called Zim's Immersive Artifacts. It also allows you to choose heavy or light armor for a lot of the different pieces. And for, like, Dawnbreaker, you could choose one-handed or two-handed, things like that. So I'm gonna choose light armor. I will get to make more use out of it that way. All right, let's take a look at Clavicus, the Mask of Clavicus Vial here. Light armor. Prices and bribes are 35% better, and almost all persuasion attempts will be successful. Now, I think we also already have the Necklace of Intimidation, or the Amulet of Intimidation. 35% is a lot. Amulet of Intimidation. Prices are 25% better, and almost all intimidation attempts will succeed. Influential illusion spells are 25% stronger. We might end up using that a little bit once we become a vampire here, because I think that there are illusion powers that still count as spells in the gameplay department of things. Like if you have a fortify illusion effect going on, those illusion powers will still be affected by that buff. So this will still be good. And so intimidation, all intimidation attempts will succeed, almost all of them, and then almost all persuasion attempts will succeed with the Mask of Clavicus Vial. So yeah, we're just going to be a persuasion and intimidation master. That's good. And then bribes and prices are 35% better. How does that compare to the Guildmaster's Hood, which is 20%? So that's better. All right, cool. Let's Guildmaster's Hood. We're going to go ahead and favorite this, and I am going to assign the Mask of Clavicus Vial to my Guildmaster. This is going to be my shopping outfit, basically. And I'm going to remove the Guildmaster's Hood from that. And let's go ahead and try this on for size. It looks a little ridiculous, but honestly, it kind of works. I don't know where the rest of my Argonian face is. But hey, it's a Daedric artifact. It's magic. That explains everything. It doesn't look bad. It kind of goes with everything. And now I get better prices. Why not? Oh, let's boom. Goes with that. Just want to make sure. Yep, that's all good. Cool, Meng. While I'm at it, I am gonna reconfigure my combat sets here. The Nightingale bow goes back on 3. Along with the bone arrow, the Nightingale gloves. Okay, so we should be good there. Good. And then I want Bow of Shadows back over on 1. I don't need the Sun Hallowed arrows there either. Okay. Should be all good there. Alright, Serana.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
Yeah, we're getting out of here. Let's head back to Footpad Sanctum. And we'll drop off some materials and things like that. We'll sell off some things in the cistern. And then we'll head back to Fort Dawnguard and we'll chill out there and wait for Isran, Gunmar, and Serene to get back. And we'll see if Serene in particular has any more quests for us to do for more, you know, upgrades to the crossbow. And then once we are done with the upgrades to the crossbow, then we will have Serana turn us. Hey, Queen, I always forget how to pronounce that. I think it had some kind of goofy, juvenile meaning, that Siosh. Kioch. Welcome. Hope you're well. Been a little while since I've seen you, I think. You gnawing on flesh now? Not just yet. Same with Ebony Blade. Yeah, Zims also fixes Ebony Blade. Saying Ebony Blade is good, not bad. You have the choice of one or two hand. Yeah, that's also great. Also, Vanilla Ebony Blade is not that bad. It's kind of unique, I would say. It's definitely not one of the strongest swords in the game. But once you upgrade it, it can be pretty good with the absorb health effect on it. The big thing is that you kind of have to split between two-handed and one-handed. I think that was a bug or an oversight by Bethesda when they released the game, and I don't think they ever actually fixed it. That it uses one-handed perks for its damage and then two-handed perks for other things. Fellow fleshling. Ah, okay. Keok, that's right. No, it's Gaelic. Okay. Summertime, and I am busy with the grandkids. Have 4 of them. Okay. Busy, but probably fun, I'm guessing. I'm hoping. I'm hoping your grandkids aren't nightmares. That you're able to spoil them and just have fun with them. Okay, let's see. I am, oh, what time is it? 3:54 a.m. Can I still pray to Nocturnal? Is it too early to do that? Nope, I was able to do it. Great. I mean, too late, I guess. Still early enough. All right, let's head back to home. Gonna drop off a bunch of, I don't know, alchemy ingredients, crafting ingredients, arrows, stuff like that. It's not Footpad Sanctum, it's Shadowfoot Sanctum. Footpads are like novice thieves. Thieves in training. Okay, what do I want to drop off here? Ancient Nord arrows, because I can turn them into freezing arrows like this. Just need more frost salts. Dwarven arrows, same. Ebony arrows, same. Elven arrows, same. Although I do want to make more blood-cursed arrows. Maybe I'll grab some of those back and have Serana just make a good batch of them for me so I don't ever run out. Some of that stuff speaks Klingon, which I don't. Yeah, the whole new vernacular thing when you're learning new skills is a tough hurdle to get over, I would say. All right, Serana, I need a couple batches of blood-cursed arrows, please.
Let's just get this over with.
Wow, she's standing close. Are we gonna make out? That'd be kind of hot.
Let's just get this over with. Let's just get this over with. Let's just get this over with.
Okay, that'll give me 100. 80 on top of the 20 that I already had, so that should be good.
Let's make some more stories.
Elven arrows back in there. Okay, frost salts. I don't think I have any frost salts. I do have some fire salts though. Flame salts, fire salts. Fire salts, yes. All right, ingots, of course. Man, I lost my Death's Emperor coin at some point. I don't know where it went or where it ended up, but I had to console this thing back in. There was no way I was going to be able to find it. I wish there, maybe there is, and I just don't know, but I wish there was some kind of mechanic to be able to recover that Death's Emperor coin. Maybe there is in the MCM. Animal bones I don't need. Strange wolf claw can go in there too. Alright, we'll throw all the... oh, there was a human heart that I had too, wasn't there? Maybe not. Yep, there was. Okay. I thought there was. Went way past it. Where'd I go? Here we go. Ah, Tennessee, huh? Yeah, that gets humid. You require 2 showers a day. Ugh. Yeah, we're heading into monsoon season over here. We're inching up to like 120 degrees. We haven't reached it yet, but we were 118 degrees just a couple days ago. And with the monsoon season, not nearly as humid as it is over there, but any little bit of humidity at that temperature is gonna set you off with the sweating for sure. Okay, let's get some rest. We'll have some celebratory skooma. We drink skooma at night to forget the horrors of the day, I guess, especially when you're fighting Harkon and a bunch of vampires. So that's going to help us sleep a little bit. We'll sleep for 6 hours, not a full 8 hours, just because we have things to do in the morning when we get up. Where do you reside? Arizona, just outside of Phoenix. I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. So we are typically, I don't know, 2-3 degrees, maybe 1 to 3 degrees cooler than Phoenix typically. I don't know if it's just because of the way the topography works over here, if we're not quite as close to some mountains or closer to others, or if it's just a matter of the concrete jungle not being as harsh out here. But yeah, so we get a reprieve of a couple degrees. Not that it really makes any difference when you're talking about, 110, 120 degrees. And then when you have a puppy who is close to 6 months old now, and he's just got all the energy in the world, you got to manage that energy by playing with him. And you don't want him to wreck your room, so you take him out to the yard and play with him. And yeah, it's gross outside, but you got to do it. I know that area. Scottsdale was where my favorite author used to live. Unfortunately, he passed quite a few years ago. Who was your author? And what kind of stuff did he write? Just out of curiosity. I probably don't know him personally. There are millions of people out here.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
There's no way on a happenstance know him on a personal level, but I might know his work.
Can I interest you in some
Clive Cussler. That sounds familiar. That sounds very familiar. I may or may not know of his work. I might try to disenchant that. I probably already have that enchantment, but maybe not. Political thrillers. Sahara, the movie with Matthew McConaughey, was his, and Raise the Titanic. Interesting. None of those are ringing a bell off the top of my head, but do feel like I know the name somehow, some way. Maybe because of a movie or something.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
All right, let's head to... Actually, let's sell off as much stuff as we can out here, and then we'll head into
Watch what you're doing. You gonna buy
Mistvale
something? Or just
Keep.
here
There is an
everything I brought on
enchanting
display?
table in there that
Really?
is fairly easy access. Won't go into how badly McConaughey butchered that movie. Okay, that's fair. I feel like I rant enough about the game sometimes that we don't need any more rants. on the stream, so I do appreciate that. Magic suppression. Do I have any? I'm not gonna. Oh, I need that potion of blood. Actually, I'm going to need it soon. Fine.
Come back when you're ready.
40,000, 10,000 away from another perk point with Dragon Horde, huh? I like it. Do I have anything else that I can sell off here? Some books and some spells. Okay. We'll grab some soul gems from, what's her name? Wylandria here. I am at the moment working on a cybernetic NCR Commando soldier from Fallout New Vegas. Awesome. You're playing New Vegas? Good stuff.
You've been a good friend.
Where
to me.
is Wylandria?
That means
She
something.
is out here somewhere. Is she eating? Or did she get lost in her own
Good to
room,
see
her
ya.
own lab here somewhere? Oh, there she is. She's just in the shadow. I didn't see her.
Have an appointment? No. An investment? Very well. I don't see why not.
Clive Cussler and his rich friends are the one who found the submarine Hunley. Interesting. Rich friends, huh? Yeah, there are some rich people in Scottsdale. I'm not one of them.
Thank you. When I have the time, I'll try to think how best to use
Although with
this.
property values and stuff, I could sell everything off and probably be pretty close to $1 million there. I don't know. Not that I'm seeing any of it, you know? You have water? I don't think I need water.
Spells.
Okay, so I'm
and
gonna
incantations.
buy a
Those
bunch of
with
soul
the
gems from
talent to
her, and that
cast.
should give her the money she needs to buy the rest of my crap, I'm thinking. Maybe. Oh, I was gonna try to disenchant that armor of veracity as well. Necklace of waning frost, don't need it. Magic suppression, don't really need that either. Eminent destruction, don't need it. Conjure familiar, definitely don't need that. Some FMR spells that are no doubt very good and very useful, but we're not a magic class here. Bunch of stolen gems. There we go. Still have
careful
a
out
few
there.
things left over to sell, but not much. Mostly just gems. If I can disenchant this, I can. Okay, absorbs health based on level from enemies within 12 feet. This will help in open combat scenarios. Although I would typically want to be further than 12 feet away. That's not always going to happen with melee enemies, so that might be a good enchantment to have at some point. I didn't think I already had that. Excellent. If we're becoming a vampire, that will be very vampiric themed. Cussler and his friends found many historical things, but they never took money from them. Always gave sites to historical Oh, so they're like real life Indiana Jones. It belongs in a museum. I like it.
Buying and selling.
Okay, what do we have here? Is there any other reason to be here? I thought there was another reason that we were going to be in Riften before we headed over to...
Protect yourself right.
We're hungry and thirsty. May as well eat and drink while we're here. Before we headed over to Fort Dawnguard.
Armor from Grelka.
Okay, I think that's our next stop is Dawnguard. And we'll hoof it to Dawnguard, Castle Dawnguard, Fort Dawnguard, I guess. But I do want to check to see if the Khajiit caravans are here. We can get some rare ingredients from them on the way out. But first, I want to take a quick break. I'm gonna get a small snack and some more caffeine and some water here, and we'll continue right after, huh? Buffalo style boneless chicken wings for lunch? Oh my god. Now I'm hungry. Now I really need that snack. All right, that sounds delicious. All right, I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. Hope you guys don't mind if I eat a protein bar while we play. Yeah, boneless wings. There's a bowling alley just right down the street from where I live. And I don't know what they're doing, but those wings are so good. You would never think that a bowling alley would have good food, but man, those wings, really good. With tater tots, man. All right, let's head out. Okay. We could take the carriage stop over here to Dawnguard, which is exactly what I'm going to do, since the Khajiit caravan is not here. So what are you guys gonna do?
Releasing a captured dragon? I don't think I'll ever understand that one.
Man, that happened like a month ago. That was last month's apocalypse. This month's apocalypse is the reason why you're here.
How hard would it be to feed a few extra mouths? I'm sure they could manage and not leave us sitting out here like cattle.
Oh, geez. Well, the vampire menace is largely eradicated now. Should be able to head back to wherever you came from, I guess. Or at least start working on some new homesteading somewhere. I think this is the best place to be. The remnants of the vampires coming after the Dawnguard. At least they won't have organized attacks anymore like they used to. All right, James. Have a good weekend, okay? Okay, so the tripwires can be used in combat situations. That sounds pretty cool. Why do they keep it so dark in here? It's crazy.
Why do you think I was asking?
Fair enough.
All right. I hear Gunmar and Soreen piss farting around here. Not as interested in Gunmar stuff. That's usually just rooting out and killing vampires. Soreen has
While I doubt we'll ever be truly rid of vampires in Skyrim, we've certainly made
has the
it a
quest for the
safer place.
Dawnguard, the crossbow stuff.
I'm proud of what we've managed to accomplish.
Yeah.
Let's get back to work.
Yes, indeed. So, do you have anything for
Getting
me?
along with Isran. He takes some getting used to.
He does indeed, but I think we're okay now. Teach me more about archery. What can I do to help?
Ready for more?
Yes.
I certainly am.
More ancient technology. This is what I need before I
Fetch
turn
me another set of
vampire.
Dwemer diagrams.
Exploding ice bolt, and there might be a shock bolt here somewhere too.
I'll buy whatever you're looking to get rid of.
Sure, and you also have a lot of good ammo for me over here, so I'm going to take all of that. Ultimate healing, I'll take that as well. So these exploding bolts are actually pretty weak, but they are affected by fortified destruction spells, or not fortified destruction spells, fortified destruction potions. And I do plan on stocking up on those, so that at some point I can use these exploding bolts as more destruction damage and less physical damage if and when I need that. Bunch of stolen stuff here that I don't need. Some weak stuff that I don't need. Yeah, I do have a few fortified destruction stuff, like this one that I made from a dragon heart. 77% stronger. That's great for not having any kind of perks in alchemy, and I don't even have alchemy to 100 yet. So I think what I'm going to be doing off stream for the rest of the week here is setting up some hearthfire homesteads and just planting a whole bunch of ingredients that I can use to level alchemy first of all, but then to sell off to fund more perks with the Dragon Horde perk, along with doing the whole Dragonborn questline too, to get to where I can respec some stuff. I also need to unlock a bunch of word walls for shouts. I have like 0 shouts that I can reliably use right now, other than, you know, just good old Fusroda and maybe like 1 word of become ethereal. But I also want to make sure I'm keeping my 3 dragon souls for the Dragonborn questline, because I'm going to need them. Otherwise I have to hunt around for dragons that Harkon may or may not steal the soul of when I kill him. I'm going at that protein bar like an animal. Well, I am an animal. A Danimal, if you will. That was actually my nickname on my volleyball team for a while. Danimal. Then it became Dangerous. And then one time I wore a suit to a wedding and everybody just called me Executive Sedan. It's ridiculous. I have ridiculous friends. And I love them, but sometimes I hate them. I don't like puns. Old rod, huh? Alright, where are we going for this piece of ancient technology? Redoran's Retreat. I may already have that. No, I don't have that yet. Alright, easily enough obtained, though. You get hungry. You're a large, active guy. You gotta feed the beast, you know? Are we hungry? A little bit hungry. Just a little bit hungry. Cole saw me eating that protein bar and she was like, dang, actually now I'm kind of hungry. And we don't have anything else to eat. We got a sweet roll. All right. New priority. Next time we hit town, we're going to have to buy some more food. That problem will take care of itself as soon as we're done upgrading this crossbow. Or unlocking all the upgrades to the crossbows, I guess. Then we can become a vampire, then, you know, we don't have to worry about food anymore, but we do have to worry about feeding, which is a whole other thing. So becoming a vampire this late in the playthrough is not generally recommended because of Sacrosanct and the vampire age stuff. You generally want to have vampirism as soon as possible, as early as possible, so that you can level up your vampirism and your hemomancy and all your different powers as you level up your character, not after you level up your character. And then things like the Blue Blood quest line as well makes it so that those powerful beings are more available, because as you play the game and you play through the different quest lines and stuff, those characters either die or become unapproachable. In the case of like Elenwen, after you do the main quest line, you can just never see her again unless you either console her in. Probably just a few gold in here, yeah. You can either console her into where you're at and then just disable her when you're done to feed on her, or you have to finagle your way back into the embassy somehow, which is probably doable with things like plate glitches, if those still exist in the vanilla Skyrim updated versions, which they may not. So yeah, there's always reasons why, and there are plenty of reasons you want to become a vampire as soon as possible if that's what you're going to do. And then not a lot of reasons stopping you. With Sacrosanct, there are there's the potion of turning, or the potion of embracing, I think. You need a flawless ruby and some other things. I forget exactly what. Maybe some human hearts or something like that. And when I start my vampire character, I'm going to make a guide on how to get all those pieces, all those ingredients as easily as possible, as soon as possible. But I'm still putting those pieces together. There are ways to do it that are achievable at level 1 on legendary difficulty. There, of course, is the flawless ruby in Shriekwin Bastion, I think. But that also allows you, it's over here, north of Falkreath. You don't have to go too far deep into the dungeon in order to get it, but there is a thrall guarding the area that on legendary difficulty at level 1, that thrall can be tough. So you have to, and you're not going to have the sneak skill to be able to get through it. So you just have to get lucky and just kind of run in and run out if you can. Unless you're running something like classic classes and burst signs, which I do, that gives you kind of a boost to sneak at the beginning, and maybe you can also run like the Shadow Stone, which gives you some extra sneakiness against a wall. Maybe you have invisibility potions or something that you can get, which you can get at level 1 with Nirnroot and some other things that you can find in an alchemist that you might have to buy or steal. But there's also a shipwrecked wrecked boat over in this area that has a flawless ruby on one of these tributaries of the Karth River here. I think it's actually on the southern side of it over here, if I remember correctly. But you're obviously going to have to deal with maybe some Forsworn over here. If you're coming from Markarth, maybe not. There's also, if you have dragons unlocked, there are some dragons over here that appear, some named dragons that you have to deal with. But if you get there before the dragons, you don't have to worry about that either. And then basically just a bunch of mud crabs after that. So you should be okay. That'll probably be what I go for instead of Shriekwind. And then it's a matter of finding the hearts and human flesh in order to get the rest of that potion of embracing. I don't remember what all is needed, but I know that the flawless ruby is the hardest one to find. It's the rarest one. It is west of the Reach Bridge and below Sky. Okay, so it's not on the southern edge, it's on the western edge of that little island over here. So it's right underneath Sky Heaven on the west. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll find it. I'll do a guide on it. I have a feeling that'll do pretty well because people are always trying to figure out how to become a vampire early on. You can chance it. At Shriekwin Bastion, there are vampires there that you can contract Sanguinaire Vampirus from. But on legendary difficulty, it's tough because they just kill you so quickly. It's hard to kind of finagle being able to take enough damage to contract the virus but not actually die. Do you know you can join the Dawnguard as a Lich since Lichdom isn't detectable undead? Ooh, that's cool. Guess you're completing the Dawnguard questline, so you have no more reason to stick around, pretty much. And this is kind of how I like to play. I'll come up with a character concept, and then the build is kind of just to make it as strong as possible, as viable as possible on legendary difficulty or even higher, if you have mods that make it even harder. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, is I'm focusing on the build aspect of it, and the vampirism is part of a thief build for me. just because there are so many mechanical benefits to being a vampire while also, you know, having to be sneaky and tactical and stealthy and you know, almost pacifist in some way. Vampirism does have some ways to deal with situations outside of combat, which is what the thief prefers. So now I'm kind of going the other way, where I'm trying to fit in vampirism to fit the character concept, instead of trying to find a character concept that fits game mechanics. Oh crap, I just screwed that up. Need to switch back to the Nightingale bow. I just planted a keg right where explosive keg right where Serana was positioned. Here we go. Nightingale bow is better. To night vision. I think that there is a dog patrolling this area over here. Yeah, there he is. That's not a good dog. That's a bad dog. And his wood elf. I guess there are no bad dogs, just bad dog owners. I've heard that before. I don't know that that's actually the case. I think some dogs are just born aggressive and nasty, and it's really hard to get them to change. They're just born with a lifetime supply of piss and vinegar. You'd like to believe that you can train it out of them, but I don't think you always can. I would say that the vast majority of dogs are good and just like poorly trained.
Time to end this little game.
Oh my god, that's... Auto aim is really weird with that camera angle there. There we go. Serana's making quick work of that bandit chief. Yeah, like everybody else now is easy compared to freaking Harkon. That was a tough fight. That was a good one though. I might remix that into like a standalone video. That was fun. If the footage is usable. It isn't always coming from the stream. Okay, here's where our schematics are. Don't care about the hull, don't care about all of these crafting materials. Goblet of Infinite Grace. Can't use that, but maybe at some point we'll find an Ebony Raven or the other one that allows us not to lose favor with Nocturnal so quickly. That would be nice. Haven't found one of those yet. Bow and arrow, I will take that. Okay, schematics done. Let's see, got another 45 minutes or so left in my streaming window. Might be able to knock out the rest of these schematics. Running 2 characters myself, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I have a lot of characters, and so I have my Oblivion Nord Warrior that I'm still trying to finish up the actual playthrough on, and also try to get footage for the build guide for that. And then I also have the Thief here that I've been running. I've been still going back to the Ordinator Warrior now and then. I want to do a Thunderchild guide with him at some point. I still also have my Mage, Ordinator Mage, that I'm playing because I want to get the Pyromancy perks made into a video guide for him. And then I also have the Triumvirate Cleric, which has been on the shelf for a while. But his build is very close to being like done in terms of perks and everything. I still need to get like, you know, his final gear and whip up some potion recipes that he can use and get some shouts and stuff. But yeah, that's a lot of characters, and I found that I'm just happier concentrating on one, so I've been focusing on my Oblivion character until that playthrough is done, and I can kind of, you know, uninstall that game so I don't have to think about that anymore, make sure that I get the video build guide out for it, And then I'm going to focus all the way on the Thief for a while. I do need to make time for the Pyromancer update to my Mage build guide. But I really kind of want to just focus on one character. I find that I have more fun that way. I like being able to focus on one thing, one character. I have a female Nord, mostly magic with spell sword and archery as a backup. Nice. Then my two-handed orc with archery backup and no magic. Nice. You like the two-handers, huh? It depends for me. It feels very different between a two-handed and one-handed. It's like the one-handed, they attack much quicker but don't do as much damage per hit. But if you're playing like a quick, jumpy, kind of twitchy character, then the one-handed is kind of where you want to be. If you're trying to play like a big, tanky, just get in there and start whacking stuff character, then the two-handed seems to feel better.
Cozy little place, isn't this?
Hope you're getting along with Isran.
Does anybody actually get along with Isran? Okay. I got your ancient schematics there. It turns out it's an exploding ice bolt schematic.
Let's see what you've got there. I see. Similar to the exploding bolt, only this one will cause damage with splintering shards of ice sharp as glass. Charming.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me show you how this
so.
works. I'll have some for sale soon.
Okay. You got any other leads on anything else like this?
It's amazing what I'm able to learn from studying these Dwemer plans. Wanna head out there?
Yeah, here's the shock bolt. This might, I think I have the enhanced dwarven crossbow already, which would be like the last like upgrade to the crossbow proper. And this should be the last exploding bolt. So hopefully we're all done after this one. And I can become a vampire. That would be cool, huh? And then we could take on the whole Dragonborn questline as a vampire. Of course, we'll have to do some barracks buffets. Get our vampire level up to snuff, because Solstheim is kind of a tough place to be. It's meant for higher level characters, I would say. Still early enough in the afternoon, or the evening, I guess, that we have time to take on. So their camp.
Who's that? I knew it.
Silent Moons.
That'll teach you.
We have a bandit
there?
sorcerer over here, huh? So those knockdowns are caused by something called the triple shot perk, or like 3 crows or something like that. Let's take a look. This has been a huge boon to me ever since I took it. Let's see, crippling shot, pinning shot, ambush with 3 crows. Shooting a target beyond 25 feet 3 times in rapid succession, leaving less than 2.75 seconds between each hit, deals bonus damage equal to 15% of the target's current health for a maximum of 150 damage, and knocks the target to the ground. Great for crowd control. Great for crowd control. So yeah, this with perfect aim, just it ends up being a lot more extra damage and crowd control. And I also took crippling shot and pinning shot over here. Crippling shot slow a target by 10% for 20 seconds, and then the more you hit them, the more it stacks, obviously, so they have a hard time getting to you. Pinning shot just causes a stagger within 50 feet. More effective against targets with a lower remaining health percentage, no effect on massive targets, which you'd expect. Beacon Talons. Your shots disrupt targets within 25 feet, disarming them if they are power attacking and knocking them down if they are staggered. So that would combo well with pinning shot, since pinning shot is going to be causing that stagger, and Beacon Talon will just knock them all the way down. So this would be a great one to take. Actually, this whole left side of the tree is amazing. I'm going to end up spending a lot of perks in the archery tree just to, because without crafting and without magic, this character really needs as much help as it can get with offense, and this is where all that is. Yeah, Serana's right in the way there. Oh, that's her zombie. Okay. Thought it was shooting her. See, there's that knockdown I got from shooting him 3 times in quick succession. And that 2.75 seconds is really easy to achieve with the dodge roll cancel mechanic that I've been using here to rapid fire these crossbow bolts. So all these little tricks and stuff, they do help shore up the Thief's offense, especially the open, non-sneaky offense that they need so much help with. Oh, it is dark and it is dusk right now, so yeah, I think I'm gonna need Night Eye for this. I feel exactly the same way right now, zombie. I hear wolves. Can you keep it down over there, zombie? I think the wolf saw Serana and or the zombie. Did not see me though. I still hear another one. Oh, there he is.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Oh, how did I miss?
That's it. Figured.
Yeah, wolves, when they're sideways to you, they have kind of a wonky hurt box, a wonky hit detection a little bit. So I do find myself missing it. It looks like bolts and arrows or even spells sometimes just go right through them or right between their legs or right under their head or something. And it can be really tough to get the game's hit detection to register when they're in that orientation. When they're facing you straight on, they seem easier to hit, even though they're the area of their hittable surface seems smaller. At least it's more consistent, you know. Whatever you can see, you can actually hit with a projectile. Yeah, I'll take whatever that rabbit's got on him. Yeah, the wolves got a little bit greedy. They had just bagged themselves a rabbit and were getting ready for a light dinner, and then, you know, they saw Serana and Zombie and Cole coming up, and they were like, you know what? How about big dinner tonight? And, you know, their eyes just got a little bigger than their stomachs. It happens. Lesson in discretion for any would-be hunting wolves out there. I want to get this shrine over here. I don't... Is this a Thunderchild thing or is this a Winter Sun thing? It's showing up on the map like really bright, so it's got to be close. But with this dusk lighting, it's hard to see. Pillar of Kingsbane. That's got to be Thunderchild. Something saw me. Something is detecting me, but I don't know what. Could be Barbas or Serana, I suppose. Alright, let's switch over to the Nightingale Bow, do some sneak shots over here on Halted Steam. Or Halted Stream? Halted Steam? What is it? I always get it mixed up. Halted Stream! That makes more sense than Halted Steam. Okay, there's a dude. Can I get him past this tree? Yeah, I can. Right in the dome. I love it. Oh, right through the mouth. Cole's getting pretty good with her little bow and arrow, isn't she? Stop running. Or don't stop running, and I'll just hit you in the head anyway. Serana, you gotta be right on me. Alright, where are you going? Damn rock popped up. Couldn't see it with the night eye in the dark. Why don't you come investigate over here? Wow, he is really going out of his way to find something that he is barely even detecting. Oh, except now he just completely detects me. This guy must have a high stealth skill if he was able to detect me so easily. Tough one. Okay, I think that's all of them. How's visibility without night eye? Ugh, it's still terrible. Okay. Man, when I remod this game, finally, I'm hoping that it's not going to have... Dawn and Dusk is not going to be like completely invisible to see anything. Okay, now there's also a locked chest over here that I would like to... Also, the trap. There we go. A nice valuable scroll we can sell to get closer to that Dragon Horde perk, the next one anyway. I have the orc for when I just need to release some stress. Going all magic makes me a bit crazy. Yeah, I can. It's a lot to keep track of, isn't it? Mages. Which is what a lot of people like about is managing all those spells. For any given situation, right? Got him right in the spine there. That's good. I like to roleplay. Of course, it doesn't matter where you shoot someone in Skyrim. There's no locational damage unless you have a mod for that, and that usually suffers from script lag anyway. But I still like to roleplay hitting them in vital spots whenever I'm getting one-shots on legendary difficulty. Wait, Serrano, why don't you wait right here?
What is it? Oh, you're off on your own for a while? All right.
No, just wait here, dude. Okay.
Gotta have a sharp axe to cut through all that fat.
All right, let's wait for ambush predator. 3, 2, 1. Active. There we go. Boom. Didn't take him out, but he is staggered. He's probably, his equilibrium's all off. He's probably just barely even able to stand with that arrow through his neck like that. Mage is going to be weaker, so I didn't really worry about her coming in. Looks like I got her right through the forehead. This guy's going to be a little tougher. I got him right through the eye. Okay. Brained them all. Nice. All right, the coast is clear, Serrana.
Do you need something? Let's make some more stories.
Absolutely. It's what it's all about, right? The story. Mage had nothing on her. Got Poacher's Axe. We can take that for the enchantment. I don't think I have that enchantment. I've actually, in the course of this playthrough, which has lasted me 95 hours, almost 96 hours right now. Probably right around 96 since that save. I have not taken on Halted Stream Camp. How about that? That's usually one of the first ones I do. So I haven't gotten the Poacher's Axe yet. Not that it's all that useful, really, but... Okay. Got the schematics. And transmute mineral ore. We can use that. I mean, we're not a mage character or anything, but when it comes to, you know, just making jewelry and stuff to sell for more Dragon Horde perks, Why not? Doesn't really affect the class identity or anything, I don't think. I'll come back off stream and pick this place clean of all its iron. Turn it into gold and turn it into rings and then sell it off. Okay. All done with Halted stream. We got the exploding shock bolt schematics. Let's head back to Serene, and that should be the end of everything she needed, I think. We might still need the rune hammer and the shield, but there was a shield. Was there a unique shield for Dawnguard? I don't need either one of those though. Just need the crossbow stuff. Sorry, more of a lich kind of guy. I'd rather not roast in the sun like a rotisserie chicken. Yeah. Hey, speaking from one of the hottest places in the world here, I don't want to roast in the sun either. I get it. Oh, look at that. We're hungry, thirsty, and tired. So let's, we'll catch up with Serene over here, see if she's got anything else for us to do, and then maybe we'll just grab some sleep while we're here. Maybe some food, too.
Hope you're getting along with Isran. It takes some getting used to.
Do you just say the same thing every time? Come on. Alright, so I got that, those schematics you were looking for.
Back already?
Yeah,
Can't
it's
wait.
quick.
Let's see. Ooh, this diagram explains how to fashion a bolt that will send a jolt of shock through whatever it hits. Testing this will require some extra precautions, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Here,
with anything that
let me show you
explodes.
how it's made. Assuming you have the smithing skills, you should be able to make this yourself at Gunmar's Forge. Either way, I'll have some for sale soon.
Okay, so we don't have the perks that we need to be able to craft this ourselves, but when we unlock this for ourselves, it also unlocks it for honed metal smiths as well. All right, what else does she
I'm
have here?
starting to think you like this as much as I do.
Maybe.
Here's the location of the next set of Dwemer diagrams. Thanks.
Dwarven crossbow. So we had an enhanced steel one. Now we have dwarven, and then we're gonna have enhanced dwarven. All right, so let's get on it. 10 p.m. We do need some rest though, and we need some food.
Why in the world did you ever try putting armor on trolls?
Do they have any food? I guess apples here.
I mean, why would that idea
The cheese, we can take the
cross your
cheese. Cole is really more of a carnivore than anything else, but in a pinch,
What could be worse? And then realizing a troll
she'll
with
eat people
armor is
food, I
even
guess.
more intimidating.
All right, grilled chicken breast, we'll do that, and the leeks. I want to eat the soul husks unless I have to. Do want to keep them for in case I go back to the soul cairn though to take on the reaper or whatever. Okay, we are sated as far as that goes. Grab some water. We're not going to do skooma around everybody else, so we'll keep that out of the equation, and we'll grab a cot over here as long as there's one empty. Looks like there is. We'll take the corner. And we'll do a nice long 10 hours of sleep, which is going to be murder on our back with that little cot. Although, not as bad as sleeping in the stone bed of Markarth, I would say. All right, a little bit hungry, a little bit thirsty, so we'll eat light here. We'll take an apple and some cheese and just one swig of water there.
How are your friends? Which friends would those be?
All right, where are we headed to? Oh, and of course the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Not snowing though. A lot of rain. All right, where are we going? Orphan's Tear, that's right, I remember seeing that. Alright, so we'll go right over here to Widow's Watch. Might be some aggressive hags over here that we'll have to deal with, but that's okay. Ooh, that's bright. There we go. No, they're not detecting us. Okay, good. It placed us far enough away that we don't have to worry about it. Okay. It's nice and bright outside. Visibility is almost perfect, so we're gonna try to keep our distance as much as possible here. Oh, there's another damn snowy saber cat down there too. Let's take him out so he doesn't create any more chaos. Because if he kept going that way, he was gonna start to scatter the bandits over there at Orphan's Tier, the shipwreck. And I don't want that. If I am going to be in a combat archery situation, then as much chaos as possible is good, but if I'm doing some sniping from far away, I want them to remain as calm as possible so that they are easier targets. Makes sense, I'm sure. Get those teeth and claws off of that wolf. Okay. I can use the trees for cover. I can use this outcrop as kind of a perch over here. Okay, I see one of them over there. Am I going to be able to get this past those fish hanging up? We'll see. In the leg? Ooh, perfect. Perfect shot right between the ribs. Looks like I got a lung and maybe clipped the heart on the way past. Oh, and this guy must have been through an ulnar nerve or something. Causing nerve damage all the way down the side of his body and maybe causing his heart to misfire. Okay. So now the big boss is over there in the captain's cabin. I think all his cronies over here are dead now. Let's see if I can find a good vantage point into the door of that cabin, whilst also keeping my distance. Okay. This should give me the best angle I'm likely to get. Let's see what we can do as far as drawing them out, though. There we go. That might have worked. See something moving around in there. Stamina is draining. I'm not interested anymore. Let's see if I can draw them out even further. So I get them riled up. Hit that mast. Oh, now I see them. Can I hit them? Oh, almost had him. And I think she moved. Oh, there she is. I see her. Why don't you turn around? There you go. No, don't go back in. Here she is. Damn, thought I had her. Okay. Well, not quite as clean as I would have liked. There's going to be a lot of just arrows bouncing around out here now. But at least we got to stay out of danger the whole time. Okay. Deadly frost, huh? I think I have that already. Yeah. It's worth a fair amount. May as well just take it. You guys making anything good in here? Vegetable soup? Yeah. Better than the raw apples, I guess, for coal. Okay. Yeah, so here's all these decoy arrows I was shooting. Oh, the torch was not one. Oh man, that was the one that triggered the kill cam, and I would have had her if she wasn't standing like right here. What a pain. That would have been such a cool shot. This ended up not happening. I'll take the free skooma though, for sure. Bear claws, leather helmet. Who's a bear claw? Grab the circlet, I guess. Okay, cool. I think job's done here. Sorry about all the fast travel. I know it's not very immersive, but I'm really trying to get this leg of the journey done. Get back into vampirism, you know? Oh look, Cole's hungry again. So I ordered a new monitor. There's a Samsung G8. It's curved. It's 32 inch. It's curved like the one that I have, except it is 4K. I only have a 1440p right now, so it's got a 4K resolution on it. 240 hertz refresh rate. I'm dealing with a 165 right now, which has been great. But for a 4K panel at 240 hertz with a 0.01 millisecond response time, and then you get just the Samsung brand name quality on it, and it's also HDR, which my monitor is not. It went on sale for $500. That thing's been hovering around $700-800 for months now. So it finally went down to $500 at this like office supply online warehouse. So I snagged it. Should be coming next week. I'm excited to try it out.
You never disappoint. What have you got there? Is it really? It is! I was hoping we'd find this. It's a diagram for a Dwemer crossbow. Much more sophisticated and powerful than the ones we use. Here, let me show you how this works. I'll have some for sale soon.
Okay. Anything else?
All right. One more set of Dwemer plans to go. Think I'll be sad when we're done collecting these.
So this is the last one, and it is the enhanced dwarven crossbow. Okay, I thought I already had that one, but I suppose not.
See these drawings. Go on, get out of here.
Hey, be nice to me. I want to buy some stuff.
Sort of a random assortment of things. See anything useful?
Probably. I'll take all these bolts, that's for sure. And these arrows, and these bolts, and these bolts, and these bolts, and these bolts. Got the enhanced crossbow, dwarven crossbow now. Cool. Take your soul gems here too. Let's see, there's probably some stuff we can sell off now too as we're looting stuff. Ancient Nord rapier, don't need. Dwarven circlet, all this armor. Some jewelry I don't need. this other stuff I need. Alright, that should be about it. Oh, I don't need any of these bones either. Get rid of those. Empty soul gems. I'll keep the black one just in case. Okay.
See you.
Let's get out of here. More food. Alright, last one. 3:32 p.m. So we do have enough time yet to keep doing this. About 15 minutes left in the stream. We should have plenty of time. Should have plenty of time, I think. Okay, we'll start at the Giants camp here. Mazincha left. Can I get into Mazincha left here? I'm not sure that I can. Oh, well, we'll see. Oh no, I was thinking of one of the elevators from Blackreach. We should be fine. Try to avoid the mammoth there. What is detecting me? It's just Serana? Oh, it was nothing. Yeah, it was something. Might be the mammoth, I guess. Still is technically daylight, even though visibility seems a little more limited with all these shadows and everything. I think in game mechanic terms, daylight still means I'm fully visible. Okay. Yeah, here we go. We should have the opportunity here to be able to start from a sniper's perch area. Yeah, I think I see some breaths down there of... Yeah, it's just a sentry just sitting there. Ambush Predator is active. That should be all we need. That triggered someone else. You gonna come investigate? You gonna come all the way out and investigate? Oh man, I triggered like all of them. Man, they're all just like fish in a barrel. Look at this. Wait for ambush predator. Should be any second now. There we go. Yeah, come investigate. Got that annoying bolt bug again. Let's do this. The Nightingale bow is the better sneak archery weapon than the crossbow because it is silent. It does have a bonus sneak attack damage on it. Oh man, just nailed him to the floor. It's awesome. Is that everything? I think so. Sorry, Serana. Didn't save any of the fun for you. Look at this. She died doing her favorite thing in the world. Nothing. Chest or anything over here? No. Got another lazy girl over here. And nothing good. A few septums on him. What do we got in the chest? Yeah, got some jewelry. Not bad. This was such a good shot. Just got him right in the head and bent him over backwards as soon as it hit him. Ooh, we got a cooked fish. Yes, please. Cole's been waiting for something like that. Instead, she's been eating apples and pies and cheese. It's not ideal for an Argonian. Fish is what she really likes. Alright. Let's head in. Oh, I just heard a dragon flying around out there too. A little bit thirsty, that's fine. I got a little bit of water. And get soul gems out of the automata here, so take care of that. Some on the sphere. Also get those bolts, that's important. Ooh, okay. Serana, come back over here and I want you to wait in the shadows for me. There's gonna be a lot of bandits in here and I need to be able to take them out
Right behind you.
in very thiefy ways here, so wait here for me.
I'll be here.
Thank you. Yeah, don't sandbox too much. Take their weapons. Give her the Death's Emperor coin. Drop a keg. Retreat to the shadows. Wait for ambush predator. Any second now. There it is. Nice. I love that. I love the tactics that I can use with the thief like this. Makes it so much more fun. Oh, that is why it didn't kill the first one outright. Blocked by the chair. So disappointing. It would have been so cool if I were able to one-shot her and her crony all at the same time. Oh, don't forget, did I get Death's Emperor back? I did. Okay, good. Get that goat roast too, for sure. Okay, I feel like we'll just leave Serana at the entrance so we don't have to manage her all the way through. Alright, Goober, come walking on back. Let's see it. There she is. Thought it was a she, but it sounded like a he. Yeah, it was a he. Okay. Go get Serana now.
Oh, what is it?
Why don't you come along?
Another adventure.
Yes. Okay. Anything over here? Anything hidden? Hidden chests or anything? No. No, nothing. Okay, Serana, I'm gonna need you to wait back up here. I'm gonna set off another bomb in this room. But I need you to not foul everything up for me. There you go.
Do you need something?
Chill out right there. Hi, buddy.
Oh, you're off on your own for a while?
How you doing, sweet dog?
All right.
We'll pet that little puppy head up. He's my good boy. Okay, here we go. Bandit thug there. And just a regular bandit there. Okay. So I am going to set the keg off right next to the bandit. That should be able to take her out easily. This is the guy I'm going to target with Death's Emperor. Oh, crap.
Picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Fouled that all up. Whoopsie. I think I got my order out of whack. I needed to reverse pickpocket Death's Emperor onto the guy, then draw the Bow of Shadows next to the other bandit, and then back off and shoot the original guy. I don't know why I didn't expect to break invisibility on a pickpocket attempt.
Yes? Whenever you're ready.
Oh, there's a dude. Wow, got the kill cam and everything. I think that guy was clipped into the wall just a little bit. And it hit the wall before it hit him. Man. Gotta love the collision detection in this game with the terrain and everything. What a pain. Worse in Skyrim than it was in Oblivion, I think. Of course, they might have just improved it for the remaster. I haven't played the original OG Oblivion in a very long time to be able to tell if it was better or worse, but the remaster, in terms of just collision detection with the terrain in general, seems to be a lot better than Skyrim. Okay, it sounds like these bandits are fighting dwarven sentries here, so that works for us a little bit, I think. Let's try to stay hidden. Oh yeah, we'll take out the sniper. And then we'll become the sniper. Nice move, I guess. Yeah, that should have totally gone around that, and it did not. Now, for whatever reason, I can't seem to hit her at all. Which is super annoying.
Kill me. Teach you.
Oh, at least it goes both ways. Now she's getting hit by the terrain as well. Serana down there fighting, going toe-to-toe against the sphere. Oh my god. Doofus. Yeah, she is very unsneaky for being a vampire. Oh no, I'm stuck.
Now ain't this
None of my inputs are working. Ah! Does that help at all? No, it does not help at all. Man. I have to reload this whole thing because now I'm just stuck. Alright. I think that's gonna be it for me, guys. Let me reload this save here and do a... Okay. And Norton's getting needy here. Norton's getting very needy. Oh, puppet dog just wants a big hug and some kisses. You just want some love? Daddy got some love for you. I know Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you a whole bunch. You're my good boy. You're my good boy. I'll come play with you in a little bit, okay? Alright. The dog needs me. And I've been getting more and more annoyed at the terrain and the BS of this game. I'm completely stuck here. TCL's doing nothing. Dodge roll's doing nothing. I am completely and totally stuck here. I can't move at all. I can shoot. Show us the puppy, please. Oh, he's gone now. But I did show him the puppy. I did show off the puppy earlier in the stream. Let's see. Maybe I can find him. Let's see. Let's do a load and save. There we go. I'll go back in the stream archive here and see if I can show them. Here we go. It was around noon, I think, because I think he was telling me about his dinner, so it would be about 2 hours ago. Oh, yep, here we go. Look at that puppy. Oh, he loves his dad. Got some kisses, and then I picked him up. He's very cute. He's very sweet. His little... I didn't even see his, like, legs kicking. Give him a big hug. He's very snuggly. When he's calm, he's very sweet, but he gets a ton of energy and he just wants to play. And he's not so sweet and cuddly when that happens. But when he's calm, he's being well behaved and he's very cuddly and very sweet. He loves kisses. Yeah, the shelter had him listed as a retriever mix, but I think obviously he's got some beagle in him. And our last dog was a beagle too, and so there's a lot of familiarity with that face. And he's very sweet and cuddly and he loves food, just like our last beagle. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's just gonna get even better. He's already like 30 pounds though. He's putting on weight real fast. He's growing so fast. He's a little goob, but he's my little goob. Okay, guys. I think that's it for me. Whoop. Thanks for joining me. Had a lot of fun. We made some really good progress today, and we didn't get to become a vampire yet, but I will off stream totally now. It's just a one last piece of this Dwemer schematics for this enhanced Dwemer crossbow is all we need, and then we don't need the Dawnguard anymore. We can switch over to becoming vampires and then work on the sacrosanct leveling, and then do start looking toward the Dragonborn DLC and getting those respecs going so that I can get this build done. All right, that's it for me, guys. Thanks a lot for joining, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Okay, bye bye.